Hey guys, Mrs. Bevington here. I'm here to talk to you about chapter 3 of The Lightning Thief. Ooh, that makes my face do weird things, but okay. So chapter 3 is called Grover Unexpectedly Loses His Pants. And as we have already found out, the chapter titles are really interesting and make you want to figure out what's happening there. So Percy ends up going back home. We meet Gabe, who is his stepfather, and we find out that Gabe is kind of a jerk. He's not very nice to Percy's mother, Sally, or Percy. He's kind of selfish. He's rude. He's just not a nice guy. So Percy does not get along with him, obviously, but he puts up with him because he's married to his mother, whom he loves. He also tells us that his mother is the best person in the world. He loves her to death. And while he goes home and his mom comes home, she doesn't seem mad at him that he's back early from school. But she tells him that they're going to go to the beach, which is something they used to do. And this is like the third year they haven't gone. So finally they're going to go, and it's just the two of them. And they have to kind of like sweet talk Gabe into letting them go because he really doesn't want Sally to go. But they go. So this is a very special place for them. This is where Percy's mother met Percy's dad. So we learn a little bit more about dad in this. He was tall, he was handsome, he had dark hair like Percy, and Percy's mom said that he left before Percy was born, and they only had one summer together. Percy has a really unusual dream the first night that they're there. It's a beautiful place and he loves it, but he sort of feels unsettled. And then they're talking about whether or not Sally will send Percy away again to another school. And she's kind of alluding to the fact that she's not sure what to do. She has to think about it. Percy's dad had a plan for Percy, but she's afraid that if she lets him go to whatever that place is, that she'll never see him again. He's very confused, and she's not really giving him a lot of details. He doesn't tell her about what happened in school, but he does start to realize that every school he's been at, something really weird and unusual and creepy has happened to him, and then he's had to leave the school. So he suddenly realizes this has been like a really common thing. The chapter ends with Grover coming to the cabin, and Percy notices at the end that he doesn't have legs, he's got hooves, which is really strange. He says he's been searching for Percy all night. There's what seems to be a hurricane suddenly happening. So things are kind of falling apart. And then Percy's mom asks what happened at school. Percy finally tells her what happened with Mrs. Dodds and the three old women knitting the socks at the fruit stand and all of that. And she forces the two boys to get into the car with her to go. And that's where he sees Grover having hooves and not legs. So that's kind of where it ends up. Grover also speaks of unfamiliar language at some point, like really quickly, and says it's right behind me. So we're not sure exactly what that means, but something is coming. And it ends kind of leaving the cliffhanger of where they're jumping in the car and he discovers that Grover is not quite human. So this is where Percy is going to start learning a lot more about himself in the world that he's tangled up in, that he doesn't know. Hi. Yeah, I can put your socks on, but I'm doing a video, so I'll be right there. So that was pretty much the end of chapter 3. I hope that clarified some things up if you guys had any questions or were unsure what was going on. Pretty basic stuff, and then we're going to get into some more crazy things that start happening. From this point on, the book kind of goes into crazy mode, and every chapter is some action adventure. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I will give you guys another video when we get to chapter 4. So have a great day. See you later.